Hello walkers, and welcome back to Montana, and welcome back to City Walks, the channel where I walk you around cities and point out interesting things, and like today, take you on little nature walks. I haven't filmed in Montana for 6 months, probably April, I think, and it's mid-October. It's about 42 degrees Fahrenheit, about 5 degrees Celsius. Beautiful mid-October day, and it is 11:30 in the morning. We have filmed here before, or I have filmed here before. We've walked here before. This is Pine Creek Trail. It's super popular this morning, and I'm taking kind of a shortcut through a side road campground. Hopefully this will lead up to the trail. The campground is closed this time of year, but the trail and other things are open. You can see some of the campsites here, and it's not a very long trail nor a very difficult trail up to Pine Creek Falls, which is our ultimate destination. And hopefully I can find my way through here. It's so crowded that the parking lot was full and I had to park in a place a little bit further back. I'd like to thank our Patreon supporters. Thank you so much for all of your support and for just the encouragement that gives me in knowing that these walks are useful and handy. Oh, here we go, Pine Creek Trailhead. And I'm glad you're enjoying them. So, anywho, and there's also, you can make a one-time gift via PayPal or Ko-fi. You can see those in the links in the YouTube description, and you can generally find these walks and other walks where City Walks live on the citywalksvirtualtours.com website. So check that out. But Pine Creek Falls is about 15-20 minutes south of Livingston, Montana. And it's a very popular trail because it's so easy, because it leads to a pretty waterfall, and just a beautiful canyon. So we'll walk up along Pine Creek, above Pine Creek really, and make our way up there. And we'll cross a bridge, and we'll probably see a bunch of other hikers. Guess that's too funny. Human nature, right? I pulled up and saw this further parking lot filling up, so I just pulled in there. And you come up here to the trailhead, and there's actually plenty of parking up here. I guess that was maybe a group that we will potentially run into as we make our way up here. I'm not sure, but the last time I hiked here may have been in 2022. Filming, I've hiked here before. The day before the big floods. It was a rainy day, and this is interesting. I haven't seen this sign before. Closed to stock December 2nd through September 15th. It's pretty hard to get up here on the approach road in the winter. It gets icy and they don't maintain it. But it is a popular destination for ice climbers. It's an old forest fire area that's coming back. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your comments. Love to interact with you guys. It's one of the joys of doing this. So please feel free. Comments, questions, concerns, or corrections, actually, as long as they're well intended and well put. Oh, you know what? I forgot to introduce myself, so I'm going to spin the camera around real quick. My name is Henry. I will be your proxy walker today, your virtual tour guide and co-discoverer. I like to emphasize co-discoverer because a lot of times I'm new to a place as well. So people up ahead are looking at me. I'm going to spin you around again. A little tree across the trail. The first time I filmed up here, it was late in the season, early in the season, and a lot of down timber across the trail. I tripped and fell. I had to cut that bit out. I usually leave those things in, but I had to cut that one out because I said some naughty language. Look at the colors. So I just recently published 3 Alaska walks, and we had some fantastic autumn colors up there in the birch forest. Rivals anything I've seen back east. But now we get to have a second autumn. All these wonderful colors.
There's a couple in front of you. Like
Yeah.
20.
Yeah. I know that, so I'm good.
Hi there.
No, Steven ran in the
This is a separate trail, the George Lake Tie Trail. And goes up to George Lake. Surprise. I'll have to go back and look at my last Pine Creek hike. It feels like a lot of this timber that died in the fire has fallen in the last year or two. Be a good place for a comparison. Part of the natural cycle. Although I think that fire may not have been a natural fire. I'm going to adjust this microphone. Sorry for the audio. That might be better. Although it's going to capture my breathing a little bit more. I love this little section of the trail. This little tunnel of trees. Oh, I also have to spin you around here. This giant rock here. So this is a locals trail. Gets used a lot by families. We call this Slide Rock because our kids, when they were just little toddlers, would love to climb up there and slide down that not really smooth, but smooth enough rock face. Super exciting when you're 2 or 3 or 4. Not great for the seat of their pants, but they outgrow them so quickly anyway. Good memories. This is exactly the worst height for me. Too high to step over, and just low enough that crouching is uncomfortable. I gotta scramble under that. Oh well. Quite a few trees down, and this one looks healthy. They do, a couple of them really. They do get some windstorms in here. You can see down here, you can't see the creek, but you can see this little mini floodplain. And if we didn't have a trail, we'd be scrambling through that. Or, I'll swing you around over the other side, uphill side, see all this down timber up here as well. And that's not from a fire, that's just natural blowdown. But it can be pretty exhausting to get through that kind of stuff. And I have to think about back to the Native Americans and the trappers and hunters hundreds of years ago, or 100 years ago, and think, man, that must have been tough going. Of course, they'd probably have a horse to do most of the going. Here's Pine Creek. Another interesting thing to observe, a type of change, is the course of this river over the years. I don't know how long that main log there has been, but it has shifted the course from the left to the right over the years. And of course, with the water levels, that changes as well. Really pretty. As this is downstream side. Another interesting thing is when I film walks up here, I have to time it right because this canyon, you can see the walls there and to the north, is so narrow that you lose the sun pretty quickly and end up in shadow. You get pretty chilly too. So obviously this is a walking channel, and I end up reading articles about walking and the health benefits. And one of the benefits is the ocular flow that these videos try to help stimulate by the visual flow of things moving past you as you walk. And another, of course, is the physical exercise, which you can get inside on your treadmill or outside. But one of the books I've read in the last year or two, I think it's called Breathe. And having this microphone next to me and walking uphill, I'm very conscious of my breathing. And it actually, breathing through your nose and breathing deeply, it feels good. And I've gotten to like it a lot. Absaroka Beartooth Wilderness, Custer Gallatin National Forest, you can read all that. But a wilderness area, if you're not from the US or unfamiliar, is a legislatively designated area with some pretty stringent restrictions around mechanical access. You have to have special permits to land aircraft. You can't ride bicycles. You can't bring in motorcycles or ATVs. And it's it's pretty nice to walk. And I say that as a big advocate for riding bikes. But still, it's nice to have the quiet of no machines, really. I think you can bring in chainsaws, but I'm not sure about that. Speaking of riding bikes, if you haven't checked out the Instagram channel, I guess, for city walks, virtual tours, I've been posting. Oh, here's a little robin eating some berries off that tree. Anywho, I've been posting photos and videos of the biking side of the trip my son and I took riding across France in May, and from which I got quite a few French city walks, or France city walks, all along the Loire Valley and up to Basel, Switzerland, and then back to Bayeux. I think that's how you say it. So check those out. Check out the channel if you're into it, because it's been fun for me to share those experiences and to go back and stir the memories as well. There's a little bit of fire smoke in the air. It's been super dry this fall, and we've had a couple fires blow up in the region, not really locally so much. We've had some really bad hazy days, but it's actually cleared up, but it creates this depth of the mountains sort of getting progressively lighter after each ridge, which is kind of nice. Not great to breathe, but it's pretty. Oops. This is a super busy trail, as I mentioned, super popular. And this time of year, the black and grizzly bears are hyperphagic, meaning they are really rushing to put on as much fat as they can before winter, before hibernation. And there's also hunters out bow hunting this time of year. We're gonna have to go under this, I do believe. That's not so bad. So, even on this trail, I'm carrying bear spray. It's 99.9% chance unnecessary, even higher than that really. But it's good to have it. You never know. I'm gonna get in some more Montana walks, but then I'm also taking a trip, just a short trip to see some friends in Chattanooga again. So hopefully I'll get a couple more walks there. And then over Thanksgiving, we're gonna go down to the Redwoods in California to see some family. And hopefully I'll get a walk or two done there, either hopefully in the woods and maybe on the coast there as well. If you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments.
Beautiful dogs.
These are like cleaner.
Hi there. Oh, puppers. This is actually close to the steepest bit, which is not very steep, unless you got little legs.
You have nice guys.
Hi there.
You got to do your balance on both sides. So that when you're doing
You can see the creek down there, maybe. Hi there.
How's it going?
Good, thanks.
That's all ice.
There's the creek. And you can see a couple, I suppose those are aspen trees, sticking out like yellow thumbs in the green of the pine and spruce and fir. I guess maybe that quote unquote steep section is up here. It's like maybe up here, 100 yards. It's not very far and it's not very steep actually. That's why the quotes. There's a group ahead of us with some kids, kind of threading the needle here with quietness. On the one hand, it's nice to have quiet and calm and peace on these trails. On the other hand, it's so fun to hear kids getting a little wild and having a good time. Hi there. How y'all doing? I don't know if it came on camera, but there's a child back there bouncing up and down on a fallen log. It's sort of got some spring to it. Super fun. You can see some talus rock over here and some, I don't know what kind of cliff that is. Schist or gneiss. And if I slide by you here,
Sure.
thank you, sir. Have a good day. Can I pass you? Thank you. I think it's one big family out for a Sunday stroll for the most part. Love seeing that.
We're going to the side so we can come tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course, not a problem.
Yeah,
Enjoy
you
your
got-
hike.
yeah, you too. Hi.
So then what, they just pay you out and you get like a lump sum?
Yeah. So like if I could send you or something.
This is the steep bit, quote unquote. Probably not even 100 yards actually. And maybe it is. The payoff is we're right near the waterfall. Gets the breath going though. Hi there. Hi. That is a joint over there. You can smell it. And it's perfectly legal in Montana. Pine Creek Falls, y'all. And then above here is a pool created by those logs. And here's the bridge. Crosses over Pine Creek. And then this trail actually keeps going up and around here. I'll point it in that direction. And it keeps going. It gets really steep. Not really steep, for several miles, and ends up at Pine Creek Lake. I've lived here for 20 years. And I've never been to Pine Creek Lake. Tried once in the spring and it got into some deep snow, and so I quit. I was with a group, we quit, but call that post holing when you're just stepping in this deep crusty snow and you keep breaking through, and maybe it's only a foot deep or maybe it's 2 feet deep, and it's exhausting. We'll go up here a little ways. All right, here's the canyon, and the trail continues on, switching back to the top of the falls and then on up to the lake. I think we're gonna call it. Thank you so much for joining us once again back in Montana. Beautiful, beautiful Big Sky State. Hope you'll join me again on our next walk. I'm not sure where that's gonna be yet. Probably Livingston or Bozeman, but we'll see. And until then, keep on stepping.